Anyway, I told myself that I would never have anything other than minis on my channel, and recently I had a BMW M2. The reason for that has largely to do with the fact that BMW's been building some cars, and they're going to be building some cars that are based off of minis. Now, I know what you're thinking. A lot of you might think that the Mini Countryman is based off of the BMW X2, X1. Actually, it's the other way around. The X1 and the X2 are based off the Mini Countryman. So now Mini, or I should say, now BMW has decided in their infinite wisdom that they're going to come out with the 2 Series Gran Coupe sedan. Yeah, I know what you're thinking. Coupe, sedan, it's a BMW thing. But it doesn't look terrible. But at the same time, it's a BMW... Well, it's not a BMW. It's a Mini Clubman in the body of a BMW sedan. I can't quite figure out how that's going to work. I'm sure it's going to be a fantastic vehicle, but it doesn't quite work for me. That being said, here are the specs on this car. It's going to be in 2 configurations, the 228i xDrive and the M235i xDrive. So they're both going to be all-wheel drive. Or they're even going to be front-wheel drive. I have no clue, really. But what I do know is the configuration for the powertrain. The 228i xDrive will have the 2-liter 4-cylinder turbocharged engine out of the John Cooper Works hardtop, which is 228 horsepower. Makes sense, 228i. The 235i, the M235i, will have the same 2-liter 4-cylinder turbocharged engine, but it will be the 301 horsepower version out of the John Cooper Works Countryman and Clubman. So I can't quite figure out what BMW is going on with this thing, but it doesn't look terrible, but it's kind of... I'm at a loss for words, really. It's kind of this weird thing. What is BMW thinking? Why are they making a BMW on a Mini platform? But not a terrible looking vehicle. It's essentially a Mini in BMW clothing. And I guess in that regard, I have to show it on the channel because for all intents and purposes, it is a Mini. And it's basically the closest thing you'll ever come to a sedan in the Mini lineup. So I had to show it. It's going to use the same 8-speed automatic transmission out of the John Cooper Works models. It's going to use the same all-4 system, but it's going to be called xDrive because that's BMW's thing. It's going to use the same mechanical limited slip differential in the front for the 301 horsepower variant. It's going to use the same B48 engines. It's going to use the same platform, the same... I imagine that you could probably put the Mini wheels from the John Cooper Works cars onto this sedan. The car is supposed to come out sometime in March of next year, or supposed to be built sometime in March of next year, with sales going on like March or May of 2020, which is par for the course with most Mini models and most BMW models when they come out in the following year. But it's going to be interesting, to say the least. It's going to be an interesting scenario. It doesn't look terrible. It looks like a good-looking car, but I just don't understand it. So, anyway, on to the next thing. Mini is going to be releasing soon, more than likely, the ordering information for how you're going to order a GP3. And it's going to be a 2021 model, not the 2020 that we originally thought. So, sometime next year, they're going to start building these cars. We initially thought March 2020, and that's when we thought they were going to start building them, but they decided to push that back. So that's why the car is now a 2021 model and not a 2020. So what are we expecting for this car? We are expecting the 301 horsepower B48 A20T1 engine. We are expecting the 331 foot-pounds of torque. We're expecting the 8-speed automatic transmission. We're expecting the mechanical limited slip differential. It's going to have no rear seat. It's going to have the splitters on the sides look like they're going to be carbon fiber, actually. It's going to be limited to 3,000 units, with at least 500 of them coming to the United States. And ordering should start soon this month, I would imagine. And it's going to be split up into 3 categories, or 3 phases. The first phase, more than likely, will be to GP owners, current GP owners, will get the opportunity to buy the car first. That will then be followed by current Mini owners, and then followed by the general public. I would imagine that's usually the scenario. I've been told that the deposit for this vehicle will be $1,000. That's a lot of money. I wish I had that kind of money to buy one, but I don't. The cars will also be limited to orders only, so there's not going to be an inventory car here, so which unfortunately means I won't be able to drive one for a video unless someone buys the car and lets me use it for a video, and I don't see that happening. And unless my channel somehow makes $50,000 in the next 3 months, I don't see myself buying the car either. So, that's unfortunate, but it's going to be a fantastic vehicle, and I'm looking forward to see it when it comes out. Anyway, on to some other news. Mini will be officially unveiling at the same time that they unveiled the GP3 at the LA Auto Show. They're going to be unveiling the Mini Cooper SE electric car, otherwise known as a BEV, which is a battery electric vehicle, as opposed to the PHEV, which was I believe it was a partial hybrid emissions vehicle, or partial hybrid electric vehicle, something along those lines. But that car will be unveiled. We already know the price is going to be under $30,000 base price, and we know it's going to be in the same 3 configurations that you see with the rest of the Mini lineup, in Classic, Signature, and Iconic. It'll have the same power sunroof, the same interior finishes, the same exterior finishes. It's going to be the same stuff. It's just going to be an electric powertrain instead of a gas powertrain. So, not bad there. The price starting at $29,000 is actually pretty good, and that puts it on par with most lower mileage electric vehicles. The car is going to be aimed more at city drivers, so I can't imagine people taking this thing cross-country unless you use a tow truck. But so, we got that coming. We got the GP3 coming. We have a 2 Series BMW built on the Mini platform coming. What else is coming? Well, here's what I know about the 4th generation Minis. And this is basically stuff that everyone knows already. We already know that the Countryman is going to get a little larger because the UKL2 platform is being replaced by the FAAR platform, or as I like to call it, the FAR platform, as in far removed from the small car it used to be. But it's going to be a great vehicle, I would imagine. And so what does that leave the hardtop doing? Well, from what I know, the hardtop Minis are going smaller. Now, we're not talking classic Mini small. We're talking possibly R53 Mini small. The technology is there. We know the cars were safe as the size of an R53, so we know that they would be the same safety rating even today if they were that small. So they're going to probably go that small, and I would imagine probably even simplify some of the things. So we might be getting back to basics when it comes to the Mini Cooper, which is going to be phenomenal, and I'm looking forward to seeing that. That's going to be awesome. I can't wait to see this. Now, another thing that's going to be happening. Manual transmissions. I know you all were complaining when manual transmission was discontinued temporarily. It was temporarily discontinued. I cannot stress that enough. It's coming back March of 2020. So I would imagine they're going to start building it March of 2020. So you could probably expect to see them in the dealerships May 2020. Because it usually takes about 2 months to build a car. So, or 2 months to ship the car, I should say. So that's something to look forward to. I'm looking forward to that. I want to see manual transmissions again. I want to buy an F56 JCW with a manual gearbox and then do all the other cool stuff to make it even better. But that's neither here nor there. That's going to be an exciting thing when that happens. So what else is going on? Well, not much. I know some of you out there have complained, well, some of you have complained actually, that my 2020 Minis that I've been showing are 2019 models. Well, here's the thing. UK market, 2019, because they go by the number plate. US market, 2020. So 2020 US market got the new DCT transmission, got the new 8-speed automatic shifter, and got the new mirror cap designs. The UK market already had those. That's why when I show pictures, when I show videos on my channel or show cars on my channel, I'm showing US market cars because This is what I'm seeing as the US market vehicle. So if they say it's 2020 according to the window sticker, I'm going to say it's a 2020 model, regardless of whether the fact that that stuff has been out since 2019. So for me, it was a 2020 John Cooper Works Clubman, despite the fact that some of you out there think it was a 2019 John Cooper Works Clubman if you're in the UK and in Europe. I'm basing it off of US market because I'm in the US market. So I can't really get around that. So what else is coming up? Mini Takes the States is next year, July, what was it, 18th to the 26th, I believe. They haven't announced a route yet, or routes, or routes. But I can safely say that I don't know where we're going yet. And even if I did, I probably couldn't tell you. In fact, there's some things I know about Mini I probably can't tell you at all. What else could I not tell you? Well, I think that's all I got for today. But anywho, that is a mini news video. Not a very small mini news video, but it's a mini news video. So that was my way of getting information out there to you all because I'm running out of content as we head into winter. And it's getting harder and harder to find things. So as you notice here, I'm standing in front of my green screen because I don't actually have a newsroom behind me or Mini Cooper sitting back here if I happen to have one on the screen. I'm actually standing in the spare bedroom in my house. And there's a lot less space in here now with my treadmill next to me. So I kind of had to square things up and make it even smaller. But I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you did, leave a like below. Don't forget to comment. If you haven't already done so, subscribe to the channel, and you could probably click it right there, as I upload videos every Monday and Friday at 2 p.m. And I might need to change that if I run out of videos. But before I let you all go, I just want to remind you all that life is too short to drive a boring car. So as always, drive a Mini. And ignore the BMW that I showed you earlier, because I did just tell you to drive a Mini. Anywho, I need to go to sleep. I'll catch you all later.